And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Monday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Thursday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, the retirements of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker mean the start of a new era for the Spurs. Guard Patty Mills said, "We've had great teachers, and now there's a transition. It's about teaching that culture to these new guys. We aren't going to change. Bridging the gap is going to take time. That's where leadership comes in." Kevin?
A proud franchise. Thank you, David. Doris, what do you think it's like for a team coming into a new season with a new head coach?
You know what's fascinating to me is each individual organization, Kevin, seems to have their own vernacular, their own verbiage to describe their system. So with a new coach, number one, he's putting in a system. Number two, the guys are trying to familiarize themselves with his language. Not only the X's and O's, but how does he communicate it?
And yeah, right, that's a good point. The delivery of the message is sometimes as important as the X's and O's.
No doubt.
And now Washington's starting group. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Bryant is out there with C.J. Miles, and it's Mahimi in at center. And for San Antonio, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with DeJounte Murray, and it's DeRozan in at the 3. And here's White. Passes it to Aldridge. Outside DeRozan. Clock at 4. Off target with his 3. And it's Washington's ball. Out to the wing. Wall wide open. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. White looking around. Pass to Pirtle. Back to White. DeRozan in the corner. Shoots over Miles. Washington with the rebound. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
Should be an interesting game as these teams don't see a lot of each other being from different conferences.
Right, they'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play.
And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. White with it. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Murray. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Bradley Beal picks one up.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. All with it, out guarded by Murray. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You have to love love that mentality. John Wall took it in and made sure he drew the contact.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he signed.
He misses the free throw. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
Now here's White. Murray outside. To the paint. Aldridge inside, working on Bryant. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Let's take a look now at some numbers for Beal. Last season, he played outstanding. 11th in scoring. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
Oh, yeah, one of the most dependable scorers in the league. He really saved him in several games a season ago. White against Wall. And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
Murray kicks to White. Back to Murray. DeRozan in the corner. Here's White. Releases from the wing and drills it.
That's a perfect mid-range jumper. All he needs is an inch of space, and they gave it to him.
A pass to Bryant. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, a lot of Wall's passes end up on the highlight reel. He just makes it so easy for his guys to catch and finish.
Now here's DeRozan. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New York. Kicks it to Pirtle. Murray left side. 5 on the clock to the left side wing. Reverses, and it's good on the way in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's White. Yes, that goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
So it's the Wizards now after the basket by San Antonio. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
I tell you, that's physical defense. Bradley Beal being aggressive, maintains his focus, finishes through contact. Exactly what you want from this guy.
Now here's White. In the corner, Murray with it. Down low. Here's Aldridge. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Bryant. Just 4 to shoot. And it's White missing. Washington trailing. With the shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Aldridge against Bryant. Aldridge finds White. Back to Aldridge. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Bryant. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Here's White. Here's Aldridge. Uses the glass to finish the layup. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Beal. 26 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Murray. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Murray.
And one issue that has been a trouble spot for the Wizards for years now, outside shooting.
You know what, Greg? Last year they made a real attempt to take more threes. So they do that, but then they finished 4th worst in three-point percentage. That is not a recipe for success. Listen, they know they want to be a team that can shoot from deep, but they've got to find more consistency, right?
And he makes both free throws. Wizards trail by 3. Wall fires. That one off the back iron and out.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And finished off by DeRozan.
That's one way to do it. DeRozan shows off his aerial skills with the firm finish.
So it's Washington now. Wall looking it over. Pass to Bryant. DeRozan against Miles. Just his first attempt. Yep, that one goes.
What pretty shooting from the versatile C.J. Miles, showing that terrific touch yet again.
White down low, covered by Wall. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a three-point game.
You know, not a good start for him offensively, just 2 of 8 from the field, but his confidence has not waned.
Now here's White. The pass to Purtle. And here is Aldridge. Back to Purtle. From deep three-point range. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Beal against Purtle. Lets it go from deep. The offensive rebound.
Hey, Kevin, you do not have to be a gifted scorer. Jan Mahimi willing to create offense, working hard on the offensive window.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Doris, this game always evolving. Fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things differently.
Well, probably 2 guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has on his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great examples. Here's Thomas. Following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. And finished off by Bertans.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
And the dunk by Aldridge. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Smith feeling it out a bit. The shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And that was one of those gritty wins. I mean, they struggled in a lot of areas, but the fight was never in doubt. And that's one reason why they were able to pull it out.
5 to shoot. Here's Gay. Bertans grabs the board. Here's Washington. They trail by 1. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
I tell you, they were drawing a lot of iron from the perimeter. Couldn't get the threes to go down, and really the story of the game.
What was most disturbing to me, Greg, was they didn't have a backup plan, right? The threes aren't falling. What do you do next?
Here's Gay following the bucket by the Wizards. Over Wagner. And Aldridge the basket on the assist from Gay. Aldridge has got 8.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Mills. Aldridge, good. And it's a 3-point Spurs lead.
Well, they're calling his number time and time again, and he is delivering.
To the middle, here's Hachimura. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
Passes it to Aldridge. Gay outside. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 3.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Here's Mills. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Wizards trail by 3. Smith the pass to Wagner. 1:35 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Smith. Just 5 to shoot. Over Gay. Another one falls for Washington.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul. The Italian Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
The Spurs making a switch here. Lyles checked in. Wizards on D, trailing by 2. Mills finds Gay. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And really the strength of Gay is impressive. Easily bouncing off the defense while still finishing the shot.
Rebound by the Wizards.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Hachimura the pass to Wagner. No good. And the Spurs going the other way now. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Now here's Mills. He had 13 points in the win against New York.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
And Gay, such a terrific athlete, outstanding at rising up and just bringing the hammer.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Thomas. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And here's Mills for 3, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. Like, I've always been the smallest guy out there, but when I get on the court, I feel like I don't see any height. So when I go in there in the paint, I expect myself to score or make a play for somebody else. And then, I mean, other people go crazy about it. I feel like it's normal.
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
And he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
So on the floor for Washington. In at forward, it's Hachimura and Bertans. Smith is out there with Thomas. And it's Wagner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
And he sinks the second. And we all know how rough things have been for Thomas the last few seasons, Greg, battling injuries and trying to find the right situation for his talents.
And the injuries have clearly taken their toll on Thomas. A lot of things need to go right for you to be a star player at his size, and lately that just hasn't been the case. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Got a hand on it. Here's Gay, and he can't bank that one in. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Lyons. That's his first foul. Smith against Bellinelli. Smith inside. The shot, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Carroll finds Bellinelli. Buries it down low. Bellinelli's got the lead up to 10 now for San Antonio.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
Outside Thomas. 6 to shoot. For the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Thomas got 4 points this quarter.
Well, the 3 ball is a major weapon for Isaiah Thomas. He's so good at getting the space he needs to get the look he wants.
Now here's Mills. Makes it off the glass. Mills has got his second bucket of the night. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 9-point game. Outside Thomas. Back to Smith. Pass to Hachimura. Just 5 on the clock. From beyond the arc. And that's collected by Gay. Gay's got his 4th rebound in this one. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. So timeout called here, the first for Washington. A different look now for San Antonio. Pirtle, he's checked in for DeMarre Carroll. DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. Now here's Wall. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Here's Gay. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Poked away. Wall passes to Mahimi. Beal against DeRozan. Gay outside. Inside. Lyles kicks to Pirtle. Murray with it. He has 6. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The Spurs shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And take a look back at last season, and what a season it was for them from the free throw line. 82% as a group.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
That one misses for Murray. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. That free throw, no good.
So how cool is it, Kev, that Jakob Poeltl makes NBA history as the first ever Austrian-born player in the league? Doesn't matter what else he does in his career, he'll always have that distinction. That's cool.
Outside, Beal. Can't hit that one. Murray with the defensive effort. Spurs leading by 12. Poeltl up top. And there's the pass to Lyles. Over Bryant. Shot's good by Lyles.
And when Pearl sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now here's Wall. 7 points in the game. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Murray surveying the D. Over to Wall. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Murray's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs. Wall finds Mahimi. Passes it to Miles. The kick out to Wall. Shoots it. Kept alive. Here's Mahimi. And Poeltl sends it back. Here's Murray up on top. Covered by Wall. Murray outside. Pass to DeRozan. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
Murray against Wall. Count that one. Wall's got 9.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Murray. He's got 10. He kicks it to Poeltl. Over Mahimi. Poeltl's shot is off. Wizards trail by 14. It's stolen by Lyles. Rebound, Washington. Mahimi's got 4 rebounds in this game. And here's Miles outside. Rebound, San Antonio. Outside DeRozan. Outside for Murray. Bryant comes with the double team. Beal with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That's his first foul. And the Spurs with some changes. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Lyles. And Derek White subbed in for Rudy Gay. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Pass to Beal. Mahimi trying to get open. Murray with the defensive effort.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Out to White. Here's Poeltl, and another shot. No good on that one. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Here's Miles, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on DeRozan.
Well, how intelligent is C.J. Miles at using his size? Such a dangerous shooter, and the defense obviously respects him.
First trip to the line for him here. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, the lefty C.J. Miles continues to get it done. Such an excellent shooter and length on the defensive end. A good two-way player.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Murray outside. Back to White. Wall with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. The quick look, no good that time. Spurs leading by 12. And glad to see John Wall back out there after fighting back from his Achilles injury he suffered in early 2019.
And obviously, Kevin, an Achilles injury is very worrisome for any athlete, but particularly one like John Wall, whose speed is a major part of his game. But boy, he looks good out there, and you hope he avoids any more injuries the rest of his career.
Now, here's DeRozan after the miss from Jakob Poeltl. And here's Wall. 9 points in the game so far. Dives for it. Here's Bryant. And Poeltl sends it back. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Wall. They get it back. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
For Washington, they have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, Scott Brooks now in his 4th year as coach of the Wizards, and it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him so far in his tenure in the D.C. area. And think about it, guys, under the gun now because the GM who hired him was now let go.
Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for Beal. And Doris for Brooks. He'll be doing what he can to get this team back in the playoff hunt.
And I think, Kevin, the area they must address is the defensive end of the floor. Listen, they have thrived offensively under Scotty Brooks. But this team, if you're going to get into the playoffs and thrive, you've got to be a quality defensive unit.
And the Wizards with possession after the basket by San Antonio. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Boy, John Wall's ability to finish through contact, that is great upper body strength.
White against Thomas. White dishes to DeRozan. The pass to Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. San Antonio again turning it over.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. How he did last season. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And right now for him, it's about gaining experience and continuing to develop his game.
This is a man's game, and you've got to earn your minutes in this league. This guy, his time will come eventually.
Now here's Bryant. Shoots over White. And another miss by Washington.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
White up top. Bertans defending. Here's Aldridge. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Aldridge has got 12 points in the game. It's stolen by DeRozan. The finish. And finished off by DeRozan.
Well, that fast break set in motion by the defensive steal by DeMar DeRozan. You talk about good defense leading to instant offense. That's it.
Wall passes to Thomas. DeRozan against Wall. Lets it fly. Good. He hits the jump shot. He's got 13.
Well, a good first quarter leads to a dynamite second period.
White against Thomas. To the inside. Aldridge. Good. Aldridge has got 4 points in the quarter.
And I love how Aldridge uses his size to hold his own against defenders and just routinely scores up over the top.
Now, here's Bertans. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half. Thomas, no good. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Carroll kicks to Aldridge. Miles against Carroll. Here's Pirtle. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Washington.
It was dealing with the NBA's physical play that was Pirtle's biggest challenge when he came into the league. But he knows how to use his body now to get these calls.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for White. Mo Wagner's checked in for the Wizards. Hachimura comes in for C.J. Miles. That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's 25 seconds left here in the second. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Wall against Bellinelli. Now here's Wall. Defense right on him. 3 on the clock. The 3 from Thomas. The shot misses. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Rudy, it looked like you guys found your old identity in the first half tonight.
Yeah, that's the way we played last season. Our defense was our staple. And that's all we have to do. We have to go out here and play defense every night. And this is a good start for us.
Let's see if you can stay true to yourself in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We saw LaMarcus Aldridge lighting it up in the first half. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Man, LaMarcus Aldridge is in one of those moods. You could see the confidence building throughout the half. With his skill, his shot, just too much for the defense to handle.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. Derek White is out there with Murray, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward position. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Mahimi finds Wall. Pops in the layup for two. Wall's got 15.
Can you tell how confident and comfortable John Wall is putting a team on his back? Do you not love the athletic guard who stays aggressive?
Now here's White. Out to the right wing. Aldridge, the pass to White. Feeds it to Pirtle. Knocked away. And again, San Antonio turns it over. Now let's take a look at the most efficient scores in the NBA from last year's campaign. You look at Bryant, fourth in the league and as consistent as they come.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Now here's Wall. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Any points you get out of Mahimi, a guy not known for his scoring, that's bonus time.
Spurs leading by 12. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. White the pass to Pirtle. Now here's DeRozan. Over Miles. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Wizards trail by 12. Passes to Bryant. Murray against Beal. Can't hit from 12. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
I think I can make the case that DeMar DeRozan finishes through contact like a big man. This guy is tremendous at end-one opportunities.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Now here's White, following the miss by John Wall. Here's Pirtle. And the shot goes down. Pirtle's got 5 now.
Boy, getting his points the hard way. Jakob has to absorb contact and able to use his strength there.
Mahimi dishes the Wall over Murray. The Wizards with another miss.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Here's Wall, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Pass to Beal. Back to Wall. Again, the miss by Wall.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
White against Wall. And White kicks to Pirtle. Outside, White. Over Wall. And it's White missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Wall. He's got 15. And it's Miles missing. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. It's DeRozan top of the key. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Shot to stop the run. The rebound by the Spurs. Pirtle's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Murray, good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Wall on the money from 12 feet away. Wall's got 4 this quarter.
This is John Wall's comfort zone right here. Excellent rate of success from the mid-range.
San Antonio calls timeout.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
A different look now for San Antonio. Lyle comes in for Jakob Pirtle. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Derek White. And a switcher also for Washington. Smith has checked in. Now here's Murray. 14 points for him. Here's Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Now, here's Mahinmi. He has 6. Looking to get it going. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
I like the mentality by Beal. Takes it inside, mixes it up a little bit. Nice.
And you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it, but Brad Beal is one of the top shooting guards in our league. The scoring, the playmaking he provides is really right there amongst the elite.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And Beal about a 25-5-5 player last season, Greg. Most would agree that that's star-level production.
Those are Hall of Fame-esque numbers. I'd put him up there with Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler. Fantastic scorer who does it with strong efficiency, and he's only getting better.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
We are talking about an elite 2-guard. Bradley Beal can shoot it. He can guard virtually any position on the floor, and his ability to elevate his playmaking skills has changed the equation.
That's tipped. Aldridge with it. Picked up by Bryant. Gay right side. Outside DeRozan. Shoots over Beal. And it's DeRozan missing.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. Has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drop for Smith. And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to give you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league.
Hachimura, he's checked in for Washington. Smith hits them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Here's Murray. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Mahimi finds Beal. Over DeRozan. Beal can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Murray, good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Beal. Mahimi against Aldridge. Beal gets a wide open look. Here's Bryant, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bryant's got 6.
Boy, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Now DeRozan. He's got 11. There's the pass to Aldridge. Shot clock at 5. Aldridge double teamed. Got a piece of it. Here's DeRozan, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Gabe. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 13 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
For Washington, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. A different look now for San Antonio. Damari Carroll's checked in for Aldridge. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Then for the Wizards, Bertans, he's checked in for Mahinmi. And Thomas subbed in for Bradley Beal.
One shot.
And that one falls for Bryant. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now, but when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
Now here's Mills. 6 points for him. It's Carroll on the wing. And it's blocked. Here's Hachimura, covered by Lyons. Here's Bryant. Tries again. And it's Gay with the rebound. Gay's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And Bellinelli kicks to Mills. He's looking for Carroll and finds him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Wednesday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Houston Rockets. And then on Saturday, the Minnesota Timberwolves will come into town. And that one falls for Carroll.
Now, did you know, Kevin, that they call DeMarre Carroll the swag daddy because he always dresses to impress? I hear the wardrobe is unreal.
And Washington making a change here. Wagner's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Wizards trail by 19. High, arcing shot. Here's Smith. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Marco Bellinelli picks them.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses. And it's Carroll with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. To the paint. Here's Gay. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Well, smart passing to set up the bucket. Sometimes I don't think DeMarre Carroll gets enough credit for his instincts as a passer.
Here's Thomas after the basket by San Antonio. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
And all the skill used on that crossover, you might want to save a little bit for the finish. Unable to convert there.
Now here's Bellinelli. Lyles passes to Mills. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Carroll. Rebound by the Wizards. Here's Hachimura. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 3 assists tonight.
Well, you can see increasingly that Isaiah Thomas is the maestro running the offense, so adept at reading the defense and finding the open teammate.
Now here's Gay. 11 points in the game. Lyles with it. Pass to Bellinelli. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Pirtle, he is checked in for Trey Lyles. And a switcher also for Washington. Wall's checked in. Thomas deciding where to go with it. From 13, they get it back. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's a minute 34 left in the third. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. First free throw is good. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills, now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0" nothing. And that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
And both free throws good for Mills. 1:24 left in the third quarter of the game. Now here's Thomas, covered by Mills. Thomas, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Carroll finds Gay. And here's Mills. 10 points for him. Here's Carroll. And yes, it's good. And the Spurs lead by 19.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Thomas passes to Wagner. He dishes it to Smith. Basket counts. Smith's got 6 in the quarter.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Now here's Mills. Fires for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Berton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Wall. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 19 points for John Wall.
That's just taking it upon himself. Wall does such a good job reading the defense and exploiting its weakness.
Here's Gay. 11 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Over to the wing. And here's Mills for 3. Pirtle. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Pirtle. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So the Wizards 5 right now. Wagner out there with Davis Bertans. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then it's Wall, and it's Thomas in at the point guard. Now here's Wall. The 3. Carroll with the rebound. Spurs leading by 17. Here's Gay. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the thing about Rudy Gay, you never know when he's going to have a night where he just explodes. He's one of those guys that can just score in bunches.
That's good from Rudy Gay. And he can't hit the second. Wizards trail by 18. Here's Thomas. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
But to me, you get concerned if Isaiah Thomas starts to get comfortable on the offensive end. Look out.
The Spurs shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. White against Wall. Inside. It's stolen by Bertans. Carroll against Miles. It's hauled in by Gay. Gay's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Carroll. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on John Wall.
Yeah, the call goes Carroll's way thanks to the effort he puts in. He doesn't back away from the contact.
The first free throw is good. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. Bradley Beal's checked in for Washington. Carroll hits them both. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 18. 2 points. That one goes. Wall's got 21 in the game.
Slashing into the lane, the speed and the grace of John Wall.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Yep, that one goes in there.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Now here's Beal, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
I like the commitment from Bradley Beal to take it inside and attack the defender.
Spurs leading by 16. Now here's White. Pass to Pirtle. To the middle. It's stolen by Bertans. Down low, and they're moving it up.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
White dishes to Aldridge, and Aldridge slams it in.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Out pass to Wall.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And doesn't show any sign of slowing down.
Now Carroll. Back to Aldridge. Shoots over Miles. They grab their own miss. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Wall against White. Here's Wagner. Back to Wall. The shot. A rebound by the Spurs. Pirtle's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now here's Bellinelli. Carroll finds White. The shot's good. And the Spurs lead by 16.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Wall passes to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 6 assists in the game.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Now here's Bellinelli. Here's Aldridge. Rebound, Washington. Wagner's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside for Miles. Off target from outside. Spurs leading by 13. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look now for San Antonio. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Damari Carroll. And Murray's subbed in for Bellinelli. Mahimi's checked in for the Wizards. Poked loose. Beal with it. 17-foot shot on the way.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's DeRozan over Wall. Out to DeRozan. Second shot opportunity. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Wizards trail by 13. Here's Beal. And another miss by Washington. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And finished off by DeRozan.
Wow, pure power on the drive by DeMar DeRozan. He's got that extra burst, Kevin. We've seen it. Able to finish with force.
Now here's Beal. And Pirtle pulls it down. Spurs leading by 15. Out to White. Over Beal. And it's White missing.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Here's Miles. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Murray against Miles. And it's Murray with the jam.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. Outside, Beal. Murray with the defensive effort.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Wizards trail by 17. Outside, Wall. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wall's got 12 points in just the second half.
Boy, plows his way to the rack. John Wall putting the defense on their heels.
Murray kicks to Pirtle. Shoots the 3. Not going to go that time.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Miles finds Wall. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And the free throw, no good.
You know, I've heard John Wall call himself the best two-way point guard in the NBA. He is a tremendous shot blocker from the position. There's a lot of competition, though, at that spot.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And the first one drops. And so Murray nails both of them. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. 15-point game. Pass to Mahinmi. Murray against Beal. That one goes. Count it. Beal's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Oh, off the bounce. Beal breaks down the defense.
Miles against DeRozan. Inside. And it's blocked. And he keeps control of the ball. Aldridge kicks to DeRozan. Shoots over Miles. Here's Pirtle. A second chance effort. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, terrific use of the pump fake by Pirtle. He gets his man in the air, draws the contact. That move is just so effective.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. Wizards trail by 14. Right side Wall. Virginus. That one good for 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
White against Wall. White bounce pass. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. Pulls up. That shot is off. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And stolen by Murray. Rosen dishes to White. And here is Pirtle. Outside DeRozan. Shoots over Beal. San Antonio again missing.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Buries it from about 10 feet away. Beal's got 9 points in the quarter.
Oh, that release by Beal just so pure.
Spurs leading by 10. Outside White. It's Aldridge high post. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Aldridge has got 22 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here is Miles following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. 2 on the clock. Knocked loose and stolen by Aldridge. Here's White. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. A 29th pick in 2017 by the Spurs. Their injuries last year created an opportunity for Derek White to show Greg what he can do with steady minutes.
And White at 6'4", capable of manning either guard spot. A shooter, a playmaker, and an all-defensive team in college. He is definitely a keeper.
And that one falls for White. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Wizards trail by 13. It's Wall with the drive. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on DeRozan.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best you can hope for with Wall inside. Send him to the charity stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Wall nails both of them. San Antonio with the ball. They lead by 11. .146 left in the fourth quarter. And it's White missing. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. From deep, Miles. Rebounded by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Pirtle has it in the corner. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. Back to Pirtle. 5 to shoot. And Murray, here we go. Good for his 9th make and just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Spurs.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Aldridge.
Boy, forget about his stats for a second, right? What impressed me most was his stamina. It seemed like he was involved in every play. And with that kind of activity, I don't know how you don't wear down.
That's good from DeRozan.
It's so funny to hear DeMar DeRozan joke about being an old man in this league. You know, he may not be a young man, but he's got a lot of years left, and he continues to improve.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Johnson, he's checked in for Aldridge. Bryn Forbes comes in for DeJounte Murray. And it's Mills in for Derek White. DeMar DeRozan hits them both. There's 42 seconds left in the game. Outside, Wall. Here's Wagner. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Miami's checked in for Bertans. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Johnson outside to the left wing. Here's Forbes. That's tipped, and that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here is Forbes. Offensive rebound. Pirtle. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for John Wall. And so Wall nails both of them. Now here's Mills. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. DeMar, we know this team has offensive options, but it looks like there's great confidence defensively now.
Yeah, we have to be. That's what we got to do. If we play defense, we know we can score the basketball whenever we want. We just got to get stopped.
Very impressive, DeMar. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long.